Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Finally, senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid. Thumbs up for that. Son of a gun, it is indeed a brand new day, and it is 11:56. I have had a slow start. Oh boy. Woke up middle of the night. Sounded like there was someone talking outside my window. But that was noise that woke me up, and as I was waking up, that's what it sounded like. And when I was fully awake, I couldn't hear it anymore. Something woke me up. I'm not sure what it was, but I was wide awake. And it took a long time to get back to sleep. So when I finally got out of bed, I was pretty tired. So got up slow, took a shower, ate some food. Now I'm doing this after watching videos. But I also have a 1:15 appointment, physical therapy for my neck. So I gotta leave here. Well, it's almost noon. I gotta leave in about an hour. So I gotta hurry up, get the recording done, get the editing and rendering done, get the uploading done, or it's gonna be like, well, 2 o'clock when I get it all uploaded. Which won't be the end of the world, it's just disruption of schedule. And I crave habit and routine. It's my neurodiversity where I am on the spectrum. I am pretty good with a lot of things, but as I've grown older, I've gotten to realize a habit and routine. Now I've gotten to realize why. Also, though, I wanted to talk about, because I noticed this just this morning. I got these loose cards. These two can be used in a game. This is just, instructions and stuff. And hey, can't remember how to play? Go to this website. You can put them underneath things to prop things up. I say that because as much as I like the webcam here, instead of being flat, the whole body is kind of like that. So there's a base, then there's the camera part, and the space over here is like, I'm exaggerating for effect so that you understand. This side is this far, this side is this far. But if you take a couple cards and pop them underneath one side, that fixes it. So I've occasionally had cards get lost or dropped or damaged or thrown away accidentally or purposefully. And so they get smaller, and I was thinking, there's no law. There's no law that says I can't just take any card out of here to use. It doesn't have to be just the throwaway cards. I could break apart this deck. But even though this deck of cards was given to me as a Christmas thing because they gave little, Christmas bags to the veterans, and one of the things in them was this. I'm trying to stay semi-centered while having the monitors over this way and the cameras over here because I wanted to have the light and stuff showing back there. So I'm trying to stay centered by watching through my peripheral vision to make sure I'm halfway centered. But we got this, and yeah, I could use this to make anything at all in the world that I want. But I am so loath to break it apart and ruin it as a deck just to do something else with it, even though I didn't ask for it. And now that I've got it, there's lots of things that can be done. There are a lot of solo RPGs and solo board game things where they use just cards. And so it's actually useful. It's just a card from nowhere, deck from nowhere. There is a game. It's like a one-page set of rules, but you need 5 decks of cards to play it properly. How about that? But yeah, I just wanted to point that out, that I still have that weird feeling that I really don't want to break it apart, even though it's not really quote-unquote mine because I didn't ask for it or want it. Just a weird feeling, so I thought I'd mention. Also, finally, I walked on the path to the library, and even though it hurts, I was able to get there and back with no limping at my almost normal race walking speed. Now, later on, I had to walk to Walmart to get food and stuff for today, some of which I've already eaten because that's why I bought it. Couldn't quite race walk the way I wanted. Couldn't go as fast, and oh boy, it started hurting a whole lot more, a whole lot faster, and it was hard not to limp by the time I got back. It hurt so much. But I'm able to do it. That was the other thing I was thinking of as well. People that suffer chronic pain, I mean, I've talked about this before, and I'll talk about it in the future, no doubt. People who suffer chronic pain are able to mask a whole lot of stuff. I have a low pain tolerance, or at least I used to. But even now, the stuff that I put up with, and because of chronic pain with my heel and my back, my neck, my arms, and all this, I suffer through stuff that most normal people, you'd be dropped to the floor. Until, of course, you got used to it and are able to go about your life and function. And then you too would be just surviving and doing stuff, and nobody would know that you are suffering chronic pain. That's what chronic pain people do. That's what people do. We're able to adapt. And I have, unfortunately, adapted to chronic pain. Oh boy. But because you can push through stuff and get used to things, I'm able to race walk and do stuff on my heel that I can function. And that's good. Very, very good. I can probably make it to my physical therapy appointment in like half the time that it would have taken even just a month ago. Oh, my orthotic devices. I was such a fool for not putting them in my previous boots. Speaking of which, one of the things I did at Walmart last night was I spent a lot of money, because $40 to get a new pair of boots. And yeah, I bought the same brand of work boot. They look exactly the same as the previous ones that I had. And it was a search. Because I had to look for, 10.5 wide. And, I was tired. I had popped a bottle with some THC in it before that, and it was taking effect, so it was getting harder to concentrate. And I was tired, but I was looking for 10.5 wide. I was starting to think that I was going to have to just settle for 10.5 because I was finding everything but 10.5 wide. But then, the last pair of 10.5 wide I got. So, yeah, I'm wearing the new ones because when I took a good look at the bottom of the soles on the old ones, which unfortunately I've already thrown away, but the hole in the heel on the right side, because of the separation from it and the rest of the shoe from various, materials, there was a pocket inside the heel that had been packed with mud and such. And what is mud filled with? Organic compounds. And what do we have in a tight little space with organic compounds and moisture? Oh boy, it smelled moldy bad inside of there. So I switched it out. Still though, when I talked to my sister, I'd had those boots about a year. Which, if I hadn't gone to work boots, I would have gone through at least 4 pairs of $20 shoes. So yeah, it was a large forward expenditure, but because they lasted so long, definitely a thumbs up. Now, again, walked on the path, and the path was, it's falling apart. It's bad. Because a lot more homeless people have been living out in the woods, which I'm not really blaming them for various reasons, they are homeless. A lot of people are homeless because economics. Some because of up here. But a lot more people are out and having to live wherever they can. And because of that, the trail has been getting more and more damaged. And it's falling apart. But I love walking along that trail, even though it's just the tiniest little sliver of greenery and water. It's still fun and good to walk on. Even though it's a terrible path, it's still enjoyable. But I got to the library where finally, the 4 files that I broke the 227 pages of Keralis got printed, so I could put all of the pages into page protectors inside of the notebook. Now, what is Keralis? Keralis is, again, that one where you're executed for whatever reason, and then your corpse dumped into the pit, the netherworld, the necropolis, not netherworld, the necropolis below the city. But again, you don't die. You actually survive it, and now you have to survive being down in the necropolis. And you can be there for the society. Well, in fact, most societies that Alex T of Black Oath Entertainment, Alex T is Black Oath, but the societies that he comes up with are so grim, because one of the reasons that you can be executed and your corpse dumped into the necropolis is disagreeing with your parents. Now, I imagine it's not just saying no, but being, a disagreeable child. Have them hacked up and their bodies thrown into the pit. But you survive. In fact, that's under character creation, and here I am. I wish I'd thought of this before, because here we are. Which crime were you accused of? Counterfeiting, housebreaking, vagrancy, being homeless and unemployed, wandering from place to place without a clear means of support. That will get you executed and your corpse thrown into the pit. Fraud, trespassing, clandestine marriage, secretly marrying without the consent or approval of family members or authorities. Not very fun places to live in, even if you're not hacked to death and your corpse thrown into the pit. Joy. Of course, you're not hacked to death. They try to keep myself centered there. They try to do something to make you unalived and then dump your corpse into the pit. But then you survive and make your way from place to place, and it's randomly generated all the way from each domain and how it is physically to the things and the stuff you find. And each domain is watched over by an overlord that you have to take out and kill. Again, I don't know if you end up trying to escape or if you just end up trying to find yourself a comfortable throne to settle into down there. Either way, good stories. But Alex T writes such grim settings, like the one where the waters came up and almost everyone drowned. But now the waters are starting to recede and islands are starting to come up. So everyone who's on boats, which is all the survivors, are going and exploring these islands to see what they find. And then there's the world that's based on, I don't think he doesn't acknowledge it, maybe, but Frederick Pohl, an old science fiction writer from back in the 50s and 60s, wrote something called the Hichi Saga, where in the first book, life on Earth was horrible, but they found an alien artifact, which was this satellite filled with ships, and people could go into them. Nobody understood how to make them work or how to make them go places. You'd press a button and they would go. Sometimes the ships came back, and the people found something awesome, and that could be exploited and they would be flooded with riches. Sometimes the ships came back with their bodies because they took like 30 days worth of food and it took 40 days to go out and 40 days to come back. And sometimes the ships just didn't come back. And that's one of the settings of one of his worlds. Yeah, worlds, where you find that. And you're one of the people that gets sent out to go and find what is on the other end. Checking the time, because I gotta hurry up and get this done because of my appointment. Blatant engagement farming. If you could like, comment, share, subscribe, that would be very, very cool. Definitely a thumbs up. Making sure to share this only with people that you think would I can English, I assure you. That you think would like watching an older man talk about inane subjects in a thoroughly incomprehensible fashion, because ADHD is fun. That would be very cool. Thumbs up, thank you. And of course, each and every one of my Patreon patrons, you are beautiful and awesome people. Thumbs up and thank you. It is appreciated greatly to know, and you are beautiful and awesome. For everybody who leaves me a comment, you too are beautiful and awesome in your own way. I read every comment that I am shown. I thumbs up and heart each comment I am allowed, and I answer as many as my nerve compression will allow me as well, which isn't as many as I like, but at least I try. I can take up to 2 days or more to answer a comment, so never give up. And of course, make sure to check out my community tab for important news like, oh look, I've got a sliver in my toe. I have never done anything like that. I do posts mostly of video games, but also talking about life. Thumbs up for that. But anyway, I'm going to edit, render, upload, and then head to my appointment. Afterward, I'm just going to take care of myself for the rest of the day. Hopefully you can take care of yourself for the rest of the day. Tomorrow we've got a walkthrough because they're going to be doing a check on the curtain rods to make sure they're not going to fall out of the walls. So, disruption of schedule. Plus, I have another appointment with my doctor as well. So, disruption of schedule to no end. It's going to be a late video tomorrow. Anyway, hopefully you can get done the things that you would like to get done. If not, don't beat yourself up. Please, you deserve better. So, now, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very, very good thing. Yay! And again, no words of wisdom, just 12:15, and I hate disruptions in schedule. Such is life, though, is it not? Reach over so I can turn this off. Oh, I get all hunched down at the bottom of this screen. Hopefully it doesn't look too terrible. Yeah.